Well, God forbid. It's once again time for Breakfast with Chuck. Let me see if I can hunt down our boy. And ringy dingy. To ringy dingy.
Yeah.
And there he is. Good morning, Curtis.
Good morning.
Dude, it's been a bad week for Uncle Chuck.
Did you get your face operated on?
Dude, that was day 2. Coming up, day 3.
Oh, really? More?
Yep.
What? Okay, explain.
Well, I went in there yesterday, and they did some more work, and I think that. Well, I know for a fact the dentist he wasn't sure I was even going to come back because of the.
That was. I'm going to assume there was excruciating pain noises.
Well, Monday it was the worst. Well, according to him, in his many decades of doing this, the worst pain he inflicted on a human being ever, I believe, was the quote.
Was the what?
Worst pain he'd ever inflicted on a patient.
Was?
Yes, was to a Monday.
Was you?
It was me. It was me. And I'm like, yeah, I can believe that, dude, because I've had...
It's a record. You're a record breaker.
I know. I've had some medical, I had a kidney stone and stuff, and this was so many levels above that.
Yeah.
That, my God, it was crazy. And
well, you're here. You're still here to tell about it, and you sound normal.
Yesterday he ripped in there and did a root canal.
Yeah.
But apparently, and it looked like in the picture, it looks like he got all the root, but you really can't tell because the little, needly things that they jam in there don't go all the way to the bottom of the photo. Even though there's not a canal there, it looks like it, I don't know, maybe calcified, my limited dental knowledge.
So wait a minute. So you're going to have to go back again because they have to create a cap.
Correct. I have to go back.
So So today they're going to put in the tower inside the cavity.
Yeah.
They anchor a little.
Well, I think they already did that.
I
think they already did that.
Oh, okay.
But once again, I'm laying on my back in that place.
Well, today they're just going to do a mold of your teeth so they could make a cap.
And then they're going to do that thing with my, that front tooth of mine that fell out back during the pandemic days.
Oh my God! You don't have very
good
teeth.
According to him, they're great.
But I've known you for a long time. You've always had teeth issues.
Right. Clearly, I've had teeth issues. And he says my teeth are great.
I, on the other hand, I remember I hadn't gone to the dentist. Shit. Well, when we were working together, I went to have a cavity filled by the students, the dentistry students.
Nice.
And then I hadn't been to the dentist in... I hate to say it, but decades.
Nice.
But there was something going on with my teeth. So our mutual friend Larry was like, "Oh, you got to see my dentist." So I went to see him.
How'd that work?
Well, it was interesting because this is how long I hadn't been to a dentist, right? So I'm sitting in the chair. And I'm like, I'm anxiety ridden. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, I haven't been to the
I'm at the
dentist.
That's...
Yeah, well, and I hadn't been in so long. I was just assuming I'm going to have cavities. There's big problems, right? And the first clue that it had been a long time is that I'm sitting in the chair, and he goes, "Okay, we're going to do some X-rays," and he does some X-rays, and I go, "Okay," so I come back in a week. And he goes, "Turn to your left." and I look at a computer screen, and there's my X-rays.
Exactly.
It had been a long time.
Yeah.
Remarkably enough, though, and I guess I'm getting to the point, is no cavities, nothing. There was nothing wrong with my teeth, and I was so surprised. So I asked the doc, well, what do you attribute that to? And he asked me...
You brush your teeth?
He asked me 3 questions. Do you drink soda? Was number 1.
Okay.
Which I do not.
Right.
I don't drink soda.
Right.
An occasional ginger ale, I think. Second question, do you eat chewy candy? And I'm like, I can't stand Dots, Jujubes.
Right.
Like, I like Sweetwater Taffy, but, it's been a long time, and maybe Swedish Fish. That's about it, but not a lot.
Swedish Fish?
Swedish Fish, they're delicious.
I know what they are. I'm just
you don't know
not.
what they are?
I'm
they're
just
like
not.
the most famous gummies of all time, Swedish Fish. Anyway.
They're probably the first gummy of all time.
And the third one was, do you eat hard candy? And of course, my answer was, occasionally when I visit the dentist's office.
Right.
So those are the 3 big ones.
Mine is I always go.
So you still drink soda though, right?
Yeah, but there's no sugar in it at all now.
It's not the sugar. It's the carbonate. It's the carbonated.
Carbonation.
It's what it is. It's not sugar.
So if I drank like carbonated water, that would be a problem too?
Not as much, but apparently the carbonation.
Because I do drink
with cola or any of those soft drinks, they put so much.
I do drink
weird colors and all that shit.
Brown 25.
Red dye number 5.
Yeah.
Very bad for you.
I definitely drink what's the Italian water? I can't think of the name of it.
Pellegrino?
Yeah.
No, don't drink that. It's owned by Nestle. Don't.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's wrong with Nestle? They're Nazis or something?
They're water Nazis, yeah. They bought Calistoga. They basically have a monopoly on water.
See, I never liked Calistoga.
I always liked Calistoga. But they own Calistoga. They own Arrowhead, I think.
Oh. I think you're right.
The only one they weren't able to buy up was Crystal Geyser.
Well, Crystal Geyser and Calistoga's trucks are very similar in their logoing. When you see them on the road, I think it's those 2.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 of them that we mentioned have very similar logos.
No, what I've been drinking is Topo Chico.
Well, I like that.
Topo Chico, now
I like the Topo
great.
Chico.
Topo Chico is awesome because it's naturally carbonated. They don't add to the carbonation, right?
Isn't it? It's Mexican, right? Mexico.
It's from Mexico, from I believe it's Monterey, Spring in Monterey. And it's natural mineral water, so it's got magnesium and potassium already in it. And that's what you need for hydration.
I do like the Topo Chico. The only place
the Topo Chico's nice.
Only place you can get it is Whole Foods around here.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very popular here. I first saw it in Texas, and I'm kind of like, And then because I had never heard of it, and then I was like, well, let's give this a whirl, and it's the best. Anything
that sounds like Topo Gigio is okay with me. That's how I look.
Well, for you, Topo Gigio. For me, El Topo.
Yeah.
Other people.
Yeah.
Chico and the Man.
I was definitely buying it, and I did it. And I went, "Oh, this stuff is really quite good."
Yeah. So that's my fuzzy water.
Some of them have too much alkali in them. They taste like.
Yeah, I do. I get a little alkaline water every now and then.
Yeah, I don't like that taste.
I actually prefer the taste over... Because the other thing I like about Topo Chico, it's in glass.
Yeah.
Because all those bottled waters taste like plastic.
Yeah,
you can actually taste the plastic.
The Italian one is in glass.
Yeah, but It's Nestle.
Right. Well,
anything. The only Nestle product, maybe those chocolate chips.
Really? I like their hot chocolate is pretty good.
Well, and I'm guessing they're still behind the $1,000 bar, which is pretty good.
The what?
Like the candy bar. Isn't it called the $10,000 bar?
Oh yeah.
Those are good. I mean, Nestle's Crunch. All right, whatever.
Yeah, Nestle stuff is better in Europe.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I've been to Europe, I always grab a bunch of
Nestle. It's different chocolate. They're probably using Swiss chocolate or Bavarian chocolate or something.
You're probably right. So I got the new mush peach flavor out here today in the new container.
Oh yeah, I'm not watching on the screen.
It's good.
But,
it's good food today. Well, it's soft food. Let's put it that way. I got an egg, a couple of cherries. I got some of those grapes that taste like cotton candy.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like a Jelly Belly.
No, the real grapes, but they have kind of a mild. They have a mild taste of cotton candy in them.
Well, I'll tell you, that's an improvement on these seedless grapes, the GMO grapes that have absolutely no flavor at all.
Right. Yeah, you can't go to Costco and get your grapes.
No, if they're seedless, they're GMO, and they don't have any. They literally do not have any flavor at all.
No, you're on top of that. These exactly taste like you're having cotton candy. It's weird. When I saw the packaging a couple of years ago, I was like, these can't taste like cotton candy, and they do. They taste exactly like cotton candy.
Let's make a healthy food taste like.
We went to the county fair.
Tastes like something that's really bad for you.
Hey, what was the original name of cotton candy? It was fairy something. Fairy dandruff, maybe?
Fairy dandruff?
Something like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, no, I think it was.
Or Witchy Poo's, toupee? I don't know.
So that's my day-to-day. I'll be, back at the dentist.
Yeah.
After my bike guy is traveling into the area and going to do my 100-mile checkup here, so I don't have to haul that bike all the way over to the hinterland.
Your bike needs a checkup?
100-mile tune-up.
You got one of those motorized bikes.
I thought you knew that. No?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on the fence with those things.
Dude, until you ride one.
Yeah, but it's like you couldn't get me on a motorcycle.
Oh, I like motorcycles.
And I'm guessing with the bike there's no clutch or anything like that. So.
No, it's electric.
Yeah,
but the maximum speed is like 22 miles an hour. It's a 1 horsepower engine.
I guess I just don't see the point. If you're gonna
exercise,
exercise, but you're not.
Oh yeah, you are
pedaling. You are, but
I'm pedaling the whole time.
Okay.
You're just.
I don't understand.
Here's the trick. Yeah, most people think the way you do. You're going faster, but you're pedaling the same amount, and you can adjust the speed at which you're going and the gear ratio at which you're going, so you can pedal harder or softer and go slower or faster. I'm doing 15 to 19 miles an hour usually, and yesterday I did 11 miles. Almost.
So you're doing the same time, you're just doing larger distances.
Yeah, and you don't have to, when you ride a bike, you climb on a bike, and you plan on riding until you get tired in your driveway on your way back, right?
People plan things when they get on their bikes?
Dude, yeah. Well, you don't want to be tired in 10... If you climb on a mountain bike and go 30 miles, how are you going to get home if you're already worn out?
First of all, I'm never going to get on a mountain bike. Second of all, when I get on my beach cruiser and ride around the neighborhood, There's no plan. I might have a route plan. That's about it.
But when you're done in your driveway, right? You're done when you're finished, when you're home again.
Yeah.
Leave from your house. Electric bike, you don't do that.
What do you mean?
Electric bike, you just ride and ride and ride until you're through riding. And let's say you get tired.
Then you hit the home button and it goes home like a horse.
Bingo.
Really?
Yep.
Seriously, it'll drive you home.
It'll drive you home.
Really? Because the AI or whatever.
No. You turn it. Well, you can.
It has the route, or
I use a thing called Strata, which shows where I'm at and shows where I'm home, and
so longitude latitude thing.
Right. It's got GPS built into it.
Right.
So, but what you do is you punch
in your address.
No, you don't need to do that. It's even simpler than that.
Wow.
In the bike, you've got 6 different levels of cadence. In other words, speed, right?
Yeah.
Well, the 6th level is you don't have to pedal. So let's say I got 25 miles from the house and my knee gave out or my back gave out or whatever, right? I turn the cadence to 6, crank the throttle. I don't have to pedal, and the bike will just cruise along at 20 miles an hour to my house.
Now that I like.
It's good, dude.
That I like. I did see one style that I really like. Kind of pricey.
They're all pricey.
It looked like a motorcycle. It looked like the motorcycle that Steve McQueen drove over the fence in The Great Escape.
Right.
Like a BSA. It looked like a BSA, but thinner, you know?
Right.
And it had a sidecar, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool.
They're heavy. That's the other trick. Like 60, 70 pounds.
So uphill, well, you don't have any hills where you live.
Yeah, I do.
Not really.
Well, not. I mean, I could go to, a place that really had hills, but no.
Well, I'm not like San Francisco, but even LA has some hills.
You crank up the gear ratio and the cadence, and it'll pull you up the hill.
Huh. Well, if I had any money, maybe I'd look into it.
Pedigo.
Financing?
No. That's the name of the company of the bike.
Yeah, I know. Do they have financing?
Yeah. Pedigo bikes. And the reason.
All right, well, why don't you just get them on board as a sponsor, and then
I'll see them today. They, fatguytinybike.com. That would be me.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they. I looked. I spent 6 months researching these things, as I do. And I narrowed it down to about 8 different companies, none of which had dealerships. They all want to mail you the bike, and the bikes show up in various states of, disrepair.
Yeah.
And where do you get them put together? Nowhere would be the answer. Pedigo, started by a guy who's a senior citizen in LA.
Yeah.
And opened up dealerships all over the country. And everybody who seems to own a dealership is 60 plus. So when you go in there, they know exactly what you're looking for. They know exactly your limitations, because everybody kind of comes in there with the same, hey, I got a heart problem. Hey, my knee gave out. I got a replacement of a hip. My back hurts. I can't ride bikes anymore. How do I get out of my house? And there's the pandemic. So they're buying these things, and they're really buying them, like tons of them, and they're not like young kids buying them because of the price.
Right.
So you're riding with a bunch of people who are your age, and you go online and there are all these groups and everybody's your age and everybody has the same problem. It's like, it hurts my butt when I ride. What kind of seat do I need? What kind of seat post is the best? What if I don't have shocks? How do I blah, 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 right?
Right.
And they have specific Pedigo groups, and they have specific electric bike groups. and you can learn something from all of them.
Right.
And it's great.
Well,
So I got no complaints. I mean,
I'm
it's
not as skeptical as I was at the beginning of the conversation.
no, they're good. And mine's bright orange, and it looks I don't know. It looks like a little motocross bike. I got a smaller. I wanted something that looked like a BMX bike for a big fat guy.
Right.
And I found it. And like I said, it's bright orange, so there's a good chance nobody's going to hit me going sideways anyway.
Well, yeah.
And you can buy radar for it and stuff. So you can see behind you, 200 or 300 yards, you can get a notification on your watch or something that something's coming. So you can know when the end of your life's going to happen, or you can get the hell out of the way.
Well, there should be a helmet with a screen that just comes down like Iron Man, and you can see all your data.
My bike helmet has a giant gnome on it.
Well, your head is like a giant dome, so...
Well, same thing.
Yeah.
But, I love this thing. It's been about a month now.
Yeah.
I ride Monday through Friday unless there's inclement weather. And I've even done the inclement weather.
No.
But I got 35 miles on it now.
Mm.
And I'm going to get back out.
I just ride my regular bike. I have an old Schwinn beach cruiser.
Oh, nice.
And I just,
this thing.
Mostly around the neighborhood. I haven't really, stuck it on the rack on the car and driven anywhere. And just
I was surprised how much fun this was.
Oh, yeah, but bike riding is so fun.
I've got a couple of...
I've been doing more photography, so when I'm on the bike, I do a bunch of photography.
I've seen I have a couple of mountain bikes, and they were just a lot of work, and I needed a nap when I was through riding the damn thing.
Yeah, I've never been a mountain bike guy. I have no inclination to get on a mountain bike and ride the trail or whatever.
This thing's got 4-inch wide tires on it.
Yeah, and I've seen some that the tires are ridiculous. It's like, why don't you just buy a motorcycle?
Because you don't get the exercise on the motorcycle.
Yeah, I get it.
If I was going to buy a motorcycle, I would get a Triumph and a nice 750 Triumph, but it wouldn't solve my problem. I want, I need...
You're right, because you're right. I get it. It's a whole different thing. I'm just saying some of them, they look the way
they look exactly like motorcycles.
There's somebody in the neighborhood here, young guy.
Yeah.
And he's got one. But he drives it around like he's basically driving around saying, I got a cheaper... Motorcycle.
It's what he got is, it's called a 77. And it looks just like a motorcycle. I'm looking
at it thinking, what were the Hondas when we were little kids? Remember the little Hondas that ever,
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's what it is.
Yep. You're right.
Except you don't pedal.
Those guys...
Hondas, you didn't pedal. Yeah.
Well, those guys aren't pedaling either. Of
course, we lived through the moped stage. It's a moped, right?
Right. But it's a moped that looks like a bicycle.
Right. So moped, yeah. They basically said, well, that moped phase.
Moped wasn't cool.
Well, yeah, it wasn't cool, and it had that name. So they're like, well, why don't we just call them motorized bicycles?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what a moped is.
Yep. No, exactly. Well, hey, and they want to call the thing that they want to put on my tooth a flipper, and I go, can't we call it an artificial partial denture?
Yeah.
And they look at me and they go, why? Well, all
because
people
then I could qualify for AIRP rewards.
Yeah. Why do you want to do that? And I go, because every time I hear flipper, I think of a goddamn fish.
Fish.
And it just sounds...
Either that or Geraldine.
Yeah, people are saying...
Going with this?
When did I get, well, when did you get the flipper in your mouth? I'm not going to have that conversation. I'm going to go, oh, it's artificial. The difference is, about $1 billion. But
yeah, people are going to say, you have a dolphin in your mouth?
yeah, just like
no, and then you have to explain.
Exactly, and I don't want to explain. I'm just like, look, I'm the whole, that screwed up my, speaking for the last 6 months is going to go away, and I'll be talking, maybe more normal or not.
Yeah.
All right, the plate is empty. You can't see it, but it is done, sir.
Yeah, I might be hitting the Whole Foods and getting some mush today.
Yeah, give it a try, anyways. I haven't tried
yeah.
I haven't tried the peanut butter, but I'll tell you, the peaches and cream are good. And now that they've got the littler containers, it can be like a snack food. Before, the bigger containers, it's a meal. But these little ones are not bad at all, and they're on sale. So there you go.
Perfect.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Let's get out of here and do something semi-productive, and I'll get my tune-up on the old bike and, my face beat on some more.
Sounds like a plan.
Have a nice day.
See you later.
And you all have a nice day out there, too. Okay? Ciao.